Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
Wikipedia, the free international internet encyclopedia, is planning to set up a news service to push back against fake news. WikiTribune, as it's to be called, aims to offer factual and neutral articles. Founded in 2001, Wikipedia has grown into a huge first port of call, almost instant reference website. But it has always stated it should not be used as a primary source for research. Its pages get around 400 million hits each month. Its content is free of adverts and free to read, and all facts have to be sourced. And it is collaborative content. Its content is continually created and updated by contributors and editors. It's been criticised as too easy to manipulate, as anyone can edit an entry. But any changes are vetted by staff or trusted community volunteers. I've been talking with Wikipedia's co-founder, Jimmy Wales, and I began by asking him what's wrong with conventional news organisations like, say, Channel 4 News.
There's a lot of fake news, a lot of very bad information sources that have really become much worse, I would say, in the last couple of years. One of the things that's really been a big trend on the internet is what's called programmatic advertising, which means that no matter where you go on the web, you pretty much will see the same advertisements because the advertisers are able to target you directly. That means that everybody's just chasing clicks. And the ones who tend to win that are the ones with outrageous headlines, highly clickable content and shareable content and that sort of thing. And I think it's done a lot of damage to quality journalism.
Will the system be exactly the same as Wikipedia? In other words, will there be contributor news?
So it will be different. There'll be a very strong backbone of professional journalists. So paid journalists doing journalism in the old-fashioned traditional way.
How many?
We'll see. We've just launched the crowdfunding campaign to get people to sign up for monthly support.
But initially, are we talking 10, 100, 1,000?
10 to 20 to start.
You see, I mean,
is the most likely, yeah.
The very news program you're appearing on now has around 70 journalists. But that's for an hour.
10 is not much, but it's a start. And we can begin to tackle certain stories and certain issues and show the model, show people this is what it could be and see if people want to support us.
But you are going to be dependent very much on what you called your community, which is
for sure
people you feel you can trust.
Yeah, yeah.
In the end, how can you exclude fake news?
Well, you know, if we look at Wikipedia as an example, Wikipedia has been almost completely unaffected by fake news. So, and the reason for that's quite simple. If there were, you know, one of the classic examples of fake news is a newspaper called the Denver Guardian, which isn't a real newspaper at all, and had headlines such as, I don't know, Pope endorses Trump.
Yeah.
So if you show a Wikipedia volunteer who's been working, you know, editing for years in political areas and so on, a story and it says Pope endorses Trump and it's from the Denver Guardian, they're going to say, hold on a second, I've never heard of the Denver Guardian. That's an unlikely story. Let's dig a little deeper before we accept that as a source. And they do. And that's very different from Facebook, where you just need a few people who say, oh, wow, the Pope endorsed Trump, and pass it along, and then their other naive friends pass it on, and it goes viral.
Wikipedia is an absolutely sensational. I've used it 3 times today for meetings I've got to have with people I hadn't met before. Very useful, no doubt, but you aren't 100% certain that it's all true.
Yeah, but it happens to all news organizations to some extent. And
that's why I'm asking why you're different.
Yeah, the key is that challenging, that democratic process where we say, you know, like, why is this correct? There will be a system of approval to make sure that it's been checked and vetted before it goes out. That will be imperfect, but it's not an easy thing, to be sure. But I think if you take it seriously, you can say, actually, this idea that we've had in many places online, which is that we've got, you know, the staff who are sensible and then these crazy people who post in the comments, is really misguided, that there's a lot of great people out there. And if you can find ways to bring them into the fold, empower them, then you get a lot of benefit from that.
Jimmy Wales talking to John earlier.